Hello, Sagittarius. How are you? I hope you liked my last video. I mean, that video was kind of heavy. And I said this on Twitter. I said this on Twitter yesterday, how while I was doing the reading, I felt so incredibly sad. And I think I was definitely picking up on your energy. And I felt so sad, but I felt blocked. It's like I could see the emotion and I could kind of feel it, but I couldn't necessarily express it. It's almost kind of like I was rationalizing it in a way. It was such a weird thing, but I noticed how that's how a lot of you really felt. And I heard a lot of feedback and kind of validation on what I said and how a lot of you guys are really feeling that way. And I just want to thank you so much for your support and for telling me your experiences and for, I don't know, just being honest, I guess, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable in that moment by telling me your stories and all of that, really. And I just want to thank you for watching the video, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for commenting, for all of it, because honestly, that means the world to me. And it's really humbling, honestly, just to see, I guess, how all of this is happening. And I just really appreciate you, Sagittarius. You're honestly one of my favorite signs, actually. And I'm not saying that just to say that. You really are one of my favorite signs. And I just appreciate you a lot. So thank you for your support, honestly. And yeah. So today we're doing a full moon in Sagittarius video. We're going to be talking about what you need to be releasing for this full moon, and then we'll be on our way, okay? So I want you to apply this to either your sidereal or a tropical or both sun, moon, and rising. And yeah, okay? We're going to be doing that, and let me know if this resonates with you. If it does, share with your family, share with your friends, with your neighbors, comment down below, like the video, subscribe if you want to, and if it does resonate with you, and if you want further insight, you can go ahead and book a reading with me on my website, sinfulpluto.com, and you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at sinfulpluto. So, yeah, okay. Alright, so what does Sagittarius need to release with this full moon? What does Sagittarius need to release with this Sagittarius? Oh, whoa, that was way too many cards, brother. But I got two cards, and we're going to stick with them here, okay? I have the Ace of Swords reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Who did I pull this card last time? I pulled that card for Aries. I pulled this for Aries last, for their video. Reversed, Ten of Wands, reversed, Four of Swords. Honestly, I'm not surprised that I have these cards, and I think that this is a really great, transition or segue from last video, from the weekly video, because essentially just from looking at all the cards, what I'm getting here is that you need to let go of the people that maybe you have invested too much of your energy into, and you need to let yourself heal. So here's what I have, right? The Ace of Swords talks about new ideas. It talks about new projects, new ways of communication. This to me is like thinking of things differently, and that makes sense, right? Because Sagittarius and Gemini, they're opposites, and Gemini is all about the mind. It's all about communication. It's mercurial, right? It's ruled by Mercury, all about words, communication, everything that has to do with talking, with communication, with talking, with writing, with everything, commercial stuff. That's all mind. That's all, anything that has to do with the mind. So it makes sense to me that with the Sagittarius full moon, everything is kind of like coming full circle as to your mindset and the way that you think of yourself and the way that you maybe even perceive the world and the way that you communicate with others. And I feel like with the Ace of Swords, this talks about how like this is a time for you to completely change up your style and manner of communication. The way that you talk, the way that you present yourself, because that is a manner of communication. That's your exterior in a sense. This to me is like forging a new path and creating new ideas, going with new projects, Seeing things from a completely new perspective. And this also, to me, talks about having to cut off people, having to cut people off, and not looking back on that. I keep on envisioning someone literally like with this sword just completely cutting off tie after tie after tie. I just see them cutting like incredibly thick ropes that you were tied to, and I feel like this is the time to do that. This is the time to cut people out, and especially cut people out that have taken advantage of your kindness. And you need to liberate yourself from their own responsibilities and from their own burdens. I mean, again, this is the King of Swords shit. You were giving them way too much, right? Six of Pentacles reversed. You were investing way too much energy than they were you. You need to cut this person off. You need to cut the energetic cord with this person. Absolutely need to cut the energetic cord with this person. Because they were giving, or you were giving more than you were receiving, and they were receiving more than they were giving. It wasn't a reciprocal, it wasn't a mutual exchange. It was always kind of parasitic in a way, where they were just taking and taking and taking. They were taking all of your energy. They were making you feel incredibly weighed down. They were making you feel as though the world was on your shoulders. I mean, this is incredibly straightforward. You need to release yourself from the burden of trying to please someone else, of trying to make something that I think that you knew deep down wasn't healthy. You need to let that go. Like, it's time to let that go. And you need to release yourself from those burdens, because they were never your burdens to begin with. It's like the King of Swords, you know, he grew cold and everything through experience or whatever, but he lost all of the human within him. And I'm saying a King of Swords because that's those are the cards that I pulled for your last video, and I feel like this just explains the situation so clearly. The king, like, for you, the Queen of Swords, you grew cold because of them, but you still had a heart. You were just really emotionally blocked off. But you were still there. There was still human within you. And so I feel like you need to regain that human. You need to regain the human within you. You need to melt the ice heart. And I feel like the only way to do that is to liberate yourself from all of the burdens, liberate yourself from all of the trauma that this person has basically poured onto you and has expected you to carry for them. Like, I just imagine someone like at an airport or something, and they have their baggage, and you have your own baggage, you have a backpack on, and then someone just comes up to you and gives you all their shit, like not even with your permission. They just come up to you and give you the heaviest backpack. And you just took it, and you were like, well, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I can't put it down. And so I feel like for a while you did that, where you just carried shit that wasn't yours. And that's not fair to you. And so I feel that it's time to really take time for self-care. And focus on yourself, focus on your own health, focus on your own healing, focus on your own mind, your spirit, your body. You need to be focusing on other stuff that does not involve this person. And you need to let yourself heal. You need to let your mind heal. You need to become very incredibly introspective with the Four of Cups. Very introspective. You might need to isolate yourself a little bit. Like, for this Sagittarius full moon, I don't want you to be doing a lot. I don't want you to be exerting a lot of energy. I don't want you to be overworking yourself, because you've done enough. You absolutely have done enough, and it's time to take an 18-hour nap. Honestly, it's time to take a nap. This is something that has been so long overdue. So long overdue. It's time. It's time. Okay? You need to rebuild. You need to build back your confidence. Queen of Wands reverse. You need to build back your confidence, and you need to heal all of the pain that you have honestly endured and suffered throughout the time of having this person in your life. And that's it. Because I feel like they really tore you down. Like, they really took away a lot of your power, and I think that you need to regain that for yourself. So, that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Let me know if it resonates. If it does, like, share, subscribe, comment, share with your friends and see if it resonates with them. And again, if you want further insight on the situation and further advice and everything like that, and if you want a personal reading with me, you can do that on simplepluto.com, and you can reach out to me on my social media. So, yeah. I wish you good luck, Sagittarius. I know it's hard and I know it's painful, but you will get through it, and because you always have, and you always will. You always get through the shit. You always absolutely do. Okay, you're a force to be reckoned with. No one can mess with you. No one can take away your power. So just remember that. I love you a lot. You are so much more powerful than you think. So, okay, just take that for what it is. So, there. I love you.